Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back at Moss Nissan here in Newport Richey, Florida, and we have a vehicle that's been in Nissan's lineup for some time, but just recently got a special trim package that when I saw it, I was like, wow, I think they did a really good job with it, especially at the price of the package. This is a 2019 Nissan Pathfinder, but this is the special Rock Creek edition. Let's talk a little bit about Nissan history though. Believe it or not, Nissan has been around since 1933. Now in the United States, they haven't always been sold as Nissans, they were sold as Datsuns. But Nissan, the corporation, 1933, Nissan Pathfinder first hit the streets right in the mid-1980s, right around 1985. Originally it was a two-door and in that first generation, and then it actually expanded and grew. Now what's great about this special trim edition is that even though the Pathfinder, it's been a couple years since it's been refreshed and all that good stuff, I think it really gives it an extra character piece that if you are looking for an SUV that's a little bit more rugged in appearance at least, I think that this package might hit the nail on the head for you. So let's go ahead and dive into this 2019 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition. Right off the bat, you can see the traditional lines of the Pathfinder. You have your headlight housing, very nice size. I like the way that they black out some of the interior pieces and leave the rest a little bit shiny chrome. I think as we go into the 2020s, you're gonna see this get redesigned and look a little bit more 21st century. I think what I would like to see is just this headlight housing be a little bit smaller, and I think with LED technology that could be done very easily. As you drop down, you have fog lamps. There's a little bit of fake vent going on, but it's nothing too obnoxious. So I'm gonna give it a half a zonk, but it's nice to have actual fog lamps. Now, for Rock Creek purposes, the front fascia, what's gonna be different is you have this mesh grille, and it's that traditional V-shaped grille that's a branding of Nissan. Besides the badge, you have that V shape there. This is all gonna be blacked out. Also, down low, this portion of the front fascia is specific to the Rock Creek. So a lot of times when you see this silver painted section on an SUV, it does give it a little bit more rugged look. What I would like to have seen is them actually raise the vehicle, give it about 8.7 inches worth of ground clearance for the intentions, really line it up with a Subaru Forester. But definitely from the front end, the touches right there give it a unique look that makes it stand out from the regular Pathfinder. Up onto the hood, very simple body lines. You got two that kind of rise up, and then the other sections, which are going to be for the peaks of the fenders, gives you a nice visibility out the windows, a good reference point. As you come around the bend, I like the way that they took the flat black. I think on this particular vehicle, the Pathfinder, you got to have that flat black on the fenders. Even the little details, like I like the little divot that they did here, just something a little different than just smooth. Wheels, I'm loving them. This is specific to the Rock Creek, so this is an 18-inch wheel, gloss black, the machine silver finish. Really looks great with the white on this particular one. Now, of course, you can get this in other colors like silver. I was kind of hoping for a silver, but this white, it really does work. As we go down the side, Rock Creek specific, blacked out mirrors, blacked out door handles, and that Rock Creek badge down low. I think that it's not too obnoxious, and I like the little actual rock formation that they put with the badging. The lower sill is specific, and I like the way that it's a flat black. This is gonna take a better beating, and yes, the Rock Creek Edition does come with the mud guards as well, front and rear, to help protect the paint from rocks and all that other stuff that could fly up that you run over on the street. I know this, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but you're getting a lot for your money. Glossed out black, not only roof rails, but also the crossbars. So this thing is ready to rock and roll with your kayak, with your mountain bike. Get that up top. Gloss black matches everything. I think that gives it a nice cohesive look. As we work towards the rear, good size rear quarter window, and then wrap it around the back. You know, it's very clean. You have a very subtle roof spoiler. All the emblems are going to be blacked out. So this is an SV trim, that's blacked out, that's Rock Creek, blacked out midsection here, and then there's our Pathfinder logo. One thing that I feel like is missing, where's the Rock Creek logo? Now, if this was an all-wheel drive model, which it's not, it's a front-wheel drive, there would be a special Rock Creek all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive emblem on the vehicle, but it really needs to have a Rock Creek name back there. But as we drop down, comes with trailer hitch and hookup point. That's with the package. Very, very clean. You don't have any big exhaust hanging down or anything like that. And I like the gloss black right in the midsection. I think that it was smart to go flat. That's going to take a better beating, but just a little bit of gloss to kind of wrap it all together. But why don't we pop the hood and see what's powering this special Pathfinder. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on the Pathfinder 2019, that Rock Creek edition. I am going to zonk this guy, the prop rod. I think that really on SUVs, especially this size, they should all have hood struts. There's that engine, tried and true. Now, this is the nice thing, is that if you're not into the turbocharged engines like you find on a lot of SUVs nowadays, this one is naturally aspirated. 3.5 liter V6. It's got 284 horsepower, 259 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a CVT transmission, but listen to this. It can tow up to 6,000 pounds. That is a leader in this segment of the SUV market when it comes to a front-wheel drive CVT transmission SUV. If you're wondering about MPGs, 20 in the city, 27 on the highway. You know, you open up the hood, you can see the V6 there, the engine cover. It's tasteful. It's nothing that looks like a Rubbermaid trash can cover, but it does get the job done, and I really don't think many people are going to be taking their Pathfinders and open up the hood to kind of show them off at car shows. But if you did, what's nice is the exterior has many of special touches to help you stand out from the SUV crowd. But why don't we fire up this V6 and see what it sounds like? All right, guys, inside of the 2019 Pathfinder Rock Creek. You know, what's wonderful is that they didn't just stop with the exterior, adding nice touches to separate this from your regular Pathfinder. And I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I'm actually kind of liking this one, especially with the extra touches. Really helps it separate it from your regular Pathfinder. How much is it? MSRP is around $39,000. Now, the great news is that Rock Creek edition, I keep saying over and over and over again, it's only $995. For $995, you're getting all the accent pieces, the special wheels, the tow hookup, and there's stuff on the interior that separates it from your normal Pathfinder. To me, that sounds like a really good deal on a trim package. Let's go to the door panels. Part of the Rock Creek edition is you're going to have that bright orange stitching. I like the leather treatment that's on the armrest. Very, very soft, even on the back portion of the door. When you get to the top of the door panel, very soft material. There's this orange faux carbon fiber that, you know what? It actually looks pretty tasteful. It's not trying to be like actual carbon fiber, but they are bringing some of that orange color into the door panel from the stitching. Like the silver around the handle to open up the door, and that shiny bit there, that's going to be able to take some good abuse. It's not going to get scratched up very easily. Now, when it comes to the dash, here's something weird. It looks soft, but it's hard as a rock. So kind of with the name Rock Creek, this is hard as a rock. But you know what? They are going to try to cut some spaces to keep it at a certain price point. Now, when it comes to your center stack here, you have an 8-inch infotainment system. I like the silver little trim on the hood over there. This is Nissan's unique setup where you use the dial. It's a little dated, obviously, but 8-inch size is nice to see, and it's good to see that you get navigation on this setup. But real simple to use when it comes to your buttons. You get your climate control in here, all on the screen. Obviously, it's also a touch screen as well, which is very nice. So if you don't like knobs, you're anti-knobs, like everything you want to do in a touch screen, this is a great way to do it. You could set your temperature, which is really nice. You could sync it all together. When you drop down, you do have a bunch of buttons, but these are easy to figure out and learn. Here's your radio controls. You do have a CD player, so listen, if you got those old Sting CDs, maybe the Police, you could use those. AC controls down low, of course, very easy to use. You got your different settings and whatnot. Nicely done, dual climate control. Great looking cubby down here, great size, 12 volt, 2 USBs. Very nice touch. Heated seats, not ventilated seats. There's more of that faux carbon fiber design with the orange. The nice thing is you can't see fingerprints on it. That's a nice touch. silver around the cup holders. Let me show you the key fob. Nissan uses pretty much a key fob across their whole lineup. It's the same key fob. Sometimes they'll change this up here for like the Nissan Z or the GTR, but all the other ones, this is what they've been using for quite some time. So I am gonna zonk this, even though it's a good size and it is usable. It's just old. They make it new. It's almost 2020. Shifter. This is gonna be controlling that CVT. There's no other transmission option. And then when you look here, you got beautiful, nice, soft armrest, and then you could open the upper portion, which gives you a nice little felt line tray. This is where you could keep like your everlasting gobstoppers or Twizzlers or whatever you got, maybe like the mini Jolly Ranchers. Good place for the Jolly Ranchers. If you want to open up the whole thing, voila, look at that. It's like a magic trick. Great amount of space. You got a nice tray for Slim Jims, a 12 volt, more USB, an aux jack, and the whole 9 yards. So everything is covered inside this center console. Seats, Rock Creek specific. There's that little mountain ridge design. I really like the way they did that. Great embroidery, and the seats are really nice. You got nice leather with the stitching, and then you have a grippy cloth material in the center, which from the touch of it seems very durable, and I like the pattern. It's actually not too shabby. Seating position. This is electric seats on the power seats on the driver's side. Plenty of headroom. I like the lighter headliner. Makes it brighter in here. But why don't you come over to the business end? I'll show you behind the wheel of this Pathfinder. All right, guys, business time. On the Pathfinder, right behind the wheel, you can see the power adjustments that you can make. I like even the little touches. You see the aluminum trim, the Pathfinder logo. Just nice things like that that I see that they put some thought into instead of just slapping things together. Steering wheel, it's a great size. I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like this design, but that's just me. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I do like the steering wheel controls. They're easy to use, easy to figure out, and that dash is kind of unique. So you have your analog tachometer, analog speedometer, but in the center there, you actually have a display that you could go through, and what's cool is it's like sunken in. It gives it almost like a 3D box look to it. Kind of different, kind of interesting. And of course, when it comes to safety features, you're getting all of Nissan's safety features in this Pathfinder. Seats very comfortable. Push button start, of course. I like the way it's conveniently placed in a area that kind of makes sense. You do have an auto dimming mirror. The problem is I'm zonking it because it's not frameless. These need to be just, stop making them. Whoever's making these, stop. Make the frameless ones. They look way better. They do the same job, and they're not gonna be so obtrusive when you're looking out the front windshield. But why don't we go ahead, check out the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna love this Pathfinder. All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Pathfinder, that Rock Creek. We're gonna go try to find some paths for you and your family and your friends. Seating position, it's kind of a mixed bag. I like the amount of room. I just feel like my legs are up too high. Now, the wonderful thing is, A+, you got sliding seats, which is really great. You can slide that mid-row, and then it also reclines, which is really nice. So now I feel a little bit better, but I still feel like my knees are up a little higher than normally I would have them if I was sitting in a back seat of an SUV. What I do like, full leather, wrapped all the way around. You got that felt line pocket on each side, and then a nice command center. 2 AC vents, you got your controls back here to control your blower speed, and then you have 2 USBs, which is really nice. When it comes to the actual seats and the armrests, look at this. You got a tray for more Slim Jims. This thing is ready to rock and roll with Slim Jims. 2 cup holders and a nice place to put your arm as you're resting it while you're going down the different paths and the different rock creeks and whatnot that you're gonna take this. But why don't we go ahead and check out the third row, because yes, this does have 3 rows. Let's see how usable that space is. All right, guys, like I said, the Pathfinder is a 3rd row capable SUV. What's great is how easy it is to get in the back seat. There's a nice little lever here on the side. You pull up on that and see how everything just slides very conveniently forward. And this whole area, nice hard plastic. That's one area I want to see some hard plastic, because guess what? That's where I'm going to be putting my big old feet. We climb on in. And remember, I'm 6 feet tall. Actually not too shabby. Now when the seat comes back, I'm gonna hope and pray and maybe slip that person a $10 bill to move the seat up a little bit, because as you can see, this one's all the way back. Knees, seat back, that's gonna hurt. But if you pay the passenger a little bit of travel money, have them move up. It'll get you out of your way. Now, my knees are up a little higher, but still not as bad as some other third row SUVs that we've been in here on Raiti's Rides. You do have 2 cup holders. You have nice AC vents on both sides. 2 cup holders for that person. I would like to see a USB back here, but at this price point, I'm not going to go too zonk crazy. But the seats are actually pretty comfortable, and I got plenty of headroom. Why don't we go ahead, check out the cargo area, and see how Pathfinder worthy this is of a Pathfinder. All right, guys, if you're getting ready to go down your favorite path where you live, let's see what kind of stuff you could put in the back and take with you. Now, it is not electric assist, but I'm okay with that because a lot of times they're just too slow. It goes right up. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way to show you the space that we have. So those are custom Rock Creek floor mats. I like the full weather protection down low and the backs of the seats. Watch this. You want to see some Harry Houdini? Look at all that storage in there. 1, 2, 3. You could separate your snacks, have popcorn, chips, and donuts. I don't know. Whatever you want, guess what? You got a place for it. Now, when it comes to putting down this third row, it's actually quite simple. You're going to pull on the straps to make the headrest go down. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, they're not down. They're down, I promise you. And then it's real easy. You just pull up on that. Voila. Pull up on that. Voila. Nice flat. That mid-row obviously is going to fold down. You do have a 12-volt on the side over here, which is great to see. But I like the way that it's full weather protection, especially if you are going down some trail roads or whatnot and you're pathfinding and you're getting all dirty doing it. Watch how easy it is to bring it on back, Jack. Huh? You don't need fancy motors. You don't need buttons all over the place. That's all you need, ready to rock and roll. But why don't we get to the best part? Why don't we go ahead and take this Pathfinder for a spin? All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Pathfinder, that Rock Creek edition. I'm telling you, I'm really liking these seats. They're very, very comfortable, so supportive. If they were ventilated, they'd be perfect. I would want these seats for the rest of my life. Looking out over the dash and the hood, very, very low, gives you great visibility. I like the thickness of the wheel. I just don't like looking at it. But that's okay, just keep your eyes forward. You can see in this tight section here, steering feel and feedback is great. It's front wheel drive. You can get this in optional all-wheel drive, but I am liking the feedback from the wheel here. And just overall, visibility is great, especially out the side mirrors. Inside, it's easy to get to everything. It's just, of course, that navigation is on the dated side. Steering wheel's on the dated side, but the way the Pathfinder Rock Creek rides is very, very nice. It doesn't feel dated. Very smooth, especially from that naturally aspirated V6. I wish that it had, I'm still zonking that mirror. I wish that it had a frameless mirror, but other than that, I actually am enjoying this. I like driving this better than the Murano. I can tell you that right now. Very, very nice and smooth, very comfortable. And I think that for $995, probably one of the best trim packages on any car. Because you're getting a lot. It's not like they're just sticking on an emblem on the doors and calling it a day. They got you covered outside and on the inside. And you saw that third row capability. If you need 3 rows, but you don't need a super-sized SUV, this thing hits the nail right on the head. All right, guys, rolling out on the highway, getting on throttle. My only issue with the driving experience is the CVT. I know some of you love it, but I'm sorry, it just does not give an engaging drive, and I hate the engine noise that comes off of the whole experience because the transmission has no gears. So that's where you're gonna run into a louder sound coming from the front of the car as you're building speed. But once up to speed, very, very smooth. If you need to get on throttle, you hear that noise? That's what I was telling you. Obviously, it has simulated shifts. There's no paddles on the back of the steering wheel, and I'm fine with that. I don't need to have paddles on my Pathfinder. But I'm telling you, I'm in love with these seats. I really, really am, especially the upper back portion. I'm liking the way it's holding me, just like my mom when I was a kid. It's crazy. And they are heated, just not ventilated, but that's okay. at this price point. But you can see, very, very easy to drive, very smooth. And it's quiet in here, which is surprising because you just never know sometimes when you get into certain SUVs, especially if they haven't been redesigned recently. It could be with those older materials, because it does have that harder plastic on the dash and whatnot. I was a little concerned about that with creaks and whatnot, but this thing is really tight when it comes to interior noise being at a minimum. But really easy to drive. I'm really liking this Pathfinder, and like I said, I think this is an option. If it did have just a little bit more ground clearance than your standard Pathfinder, it would go up against some of the Subaru products and whatnot. All right, guys, making a U-turn, very easy, very controlled, on throttle. I would really be curious to know how this car would drive if it had a traditional automatic transmission, say a 7-speed or an 8-speed automatic transmission. I think that it would be even better, but quite surprising. It actually is a nice driving vehicle. Could the navigation be updated? Sure. Could that infotainment screen be larger? Sure. But overall, I am liking this Pathfinder and think that it's a choice that could be added to your SUV selection when you're looking for a 3-row capable, especially if you want it easy to get into that back row. Really easy on this Pathfinder. But we're gonna go ahead, hopefully this gave you a nice roundabout summary of the Pathfinder with that Rock Creek edition. We're gonna get back to Moss Nissan, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a wonderful time with this 2019 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek edition. Hopefully this one surprised you. Hopefully there were some pleasantries that make you say, hey, even though the Pathfinder hasn't been totally redesigned in a few years, you know what? This Rock Creek edition gives it a little bit of sprinkling of something to make it something special. But anyways, definitely got to thank David Moss and the whole Moss organization, including Anthony. Wonderful group of people getting these Nissans for us. If these are the types of things you want to keep on seeing, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out that door, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Ladies Rise merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee. He's two-handing that. He's two-handing the camera, two-fisting the camera, I guess you would say. Kind of weird. But anyways, Tom, sorry I went on a tangent. Thank you for your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.